Hello, BookTube. I've got a little mail for you today on a very changeable day. Ooh, my, a very active, what the meteorologists refer to as an active weather pattern. Sometimes bright sunlight, and other times dark, black bottom clouds, threat of rain constantly throughout the day. So that a long dog walk out in the wilderness, covering ground and getting nice and tired, is simply not possible. It's simply not possible today. We would be caught in the rain, or there'd be a huge likelihood of being so. And that wouldn't ordinarily be a deal breaker for me. Once upon a time, there have been times in my life when I had dogs that would have been perfectly okay with that. They were all weather dogs. They were perfectly okay to be mixing it up out in the elements. My little Hanoverian warrior princess is not such a dog. That would ruin her day if she got caught in the rain. But it's mild enough. And, April showers make May flowers, that sort of thing. So, and we've got some mail anyway. It's not raining now. The front porch is still dry as a bone. But the mail's a problem on its own. The mail's also been hit or miss. I had mail yesterday that went off the rails. I was opening packages on camera. I was talking to you on camera. And I hit a few books in a row that just caused a 40-minute rant, a 40-minute foam at the mouth rant that I couldn't upload. I honestly thought we were past those days, but no. In fact, I think we're headed into that being the rule, not the exception. But let's give this a try. We've only got a few packages here. Let's give it a try. And see if we can get through this. I have now told you the problem, so maybe I will be extra mindful. Let's see. Okay, all right. Well, this first one, thank God, is not going to be a problem. Let's see. I'm really looking for May books. Yeah, this is a May book. Okay, this is a May book. This is the finished copy of the new Electra McDonald novel from Ashley Weaver. This is Playing It Safe. Very stylish cover there. I'm so happy about American covers in 2023 so far. This is the third book in the series about a housebreaker, a thief who is given an offer she can't refuse to keep herself and her family out of prison. Let's see here. As the Blitz continues to ravage London, Ellie McDonald, formerly a safe-cracking thief but currently determined to stay on the straight and narrow to help her country, is approached by British intelligence officer Major Ramsay with a new assignment. She is to travel under an assumed identity to the port city of Sunderland and there await further instructions. In his usual infuriating way, the Major has left her task as vague and mysterious as possible. The inter-character tension between her and Ramsay is great. Let's see here. Ellie, ever ready to aid her country, heads north, her safe-cracking tools in tow. But before she can rendezvous with the Major, she witnesses an unnatural death. A man falls dead in the street in front of her with a note clutched in his hand. Ellie's instincts tell her that the man's death is connected in some way with her mission. Soon, she and the Major are locked in a battle of wits and a race of time against an unknown and deadly adversary, and a case that leads them to a possible Nazi counterfeiting operation. With bombs dropping on the city and a would-be assassin shadowing their every move, it takes all of Ellie's resourcefulness and Major Ramsay's fortitude to unmask the spy master and avert disastrous consequences for England and their own lives. So, this comes out next week. I believe I have an electronic galley of this thing, but I haven't read it. And I like this. I love this author, and I like this series so far. So, now that I have the finished copy, it'll go on the TBR for tonight. I wonder how many of these things will. We'll see. May finished copies stand the greatest chance of going on the TBR for tonight. Let's see how many May finished copies we have here. What's this next one? Okay, yeah, this is a May finished copy. Not for tonight, because this is the end of the month, although it's really tempting. We've seen this already. This is The Light at the End of the World by Siddhartha Dev. This is the finished copy. I've already read a huge chunk of this, but with the finished copy, I will just take out a pencil and sit down with it, give it a complete and undivided attention. In this book, the author delivers an ambitious, imaginative portrait of modern India with an edge rarely seen in mainstream South Asian media. The novel is both expansive and deeply personal, invoking the despair of the modern world and the hope that can emerge in storytelling. With a literary voice that brilliantly combines DeLillo's shrewd dissection of society, Pynchon's technical precision and eccentricity, and David Mitchell's cross-genre wizardry, Deb's first novel in over a decade provides an unforgettable exploration of the complex history, politics, and identity of his native country against the world stage. And we will see. I'm getting a few mixed signals as to what kind of coverage this is going to get. I would like it to get a large amount of coverage. I'd like it to be reviewed everywhere. But maybe people are being a little bit tentative about it because it is still effectively a whole month away. Maybe that's the case. I will certainly be reviewing it, but not immediately. So that's 2 finished copies for May. There's no chance. My luck couldn't be good enough for all of these to be May finished copies. But 2 finished copies for May is good. What is this next one? Let's see what we have here. Okay, yeah, this is a June release. This is a June finished copy, the end of June. We've already seen this as well. This is Amblin and Elizabeth I by Tracy Borman. A lot of you are fans of this author. I am as well. This is a dual biography. Tudor expert and England's joint chief curator of historic royal palaces, Tracy Borman reframes the most fascinating relationship of the Tudor era and unravels the story behind a pair of history's most famous women, rarely studied together. Let's see here. Opening the locket to an immersive dual portrait of 2 legendary Tudor women, historian Tracy Borman uncovers the many details belying the speculation surrounding Henry VIII and his 6 wives and the Virgin Queen's possible liaisons. Anne Boleyn may be best known for her marriage and her end, but her greatest legacy is inextricably tied to the path-breaking reign of her daughter, the future Queen Elizabeth. Well, this comes out at the end of June. I plan on writing about it, although this raises a question that I've kind of been meaning to ask. I don't know I still don't know. After all these years, I don't know if BookTube is the place to ask it. I have the advanced copy of this. I have the galley copy, and now I have the finished copy of this and a number of other things. A number of other historical books, a bunch on the House of Windsor, a bunch on the Tudors, and I can't help but think that somewhere out there is someone who would like to, build a string file of reviewing these things. I'm not the only person who's a fan of the Tudors who's connected with this channel. I don't have to be the one reviewing these things. I don't know. It's a general call. Again, every once in a while I do this on this channel. I don't make normal calls to action, but if you are interested in breaking into reviewing and trying your hand at reviewing books, somewhere other than Amazon and Goodreads, I'm not denigrating those places at all. More people see those reviews than see them anywhere else. But you can't really use them to pitch a review to an editor and say, well, I've done a lot of reviewing on Goodreads. You'd look ridiculous doing that. For whatever reason, whether it's good or bad, you'd look ridiculous doing it. So I have 2 venues. I have Open Letters Review, the online literary journal, the successor to Open Letters Monthly. I'm one of the editors there. And I also am the book section editor for a small newspaper in northern Georgia, Big Canoe News, that also has a website. So once upon a time, newspaper print, getting your stuff in a print newspaper, was the ultimate draw. It was the ultimate prize, like a dangle in front of people. Now, a print newspaper alone would be a punishment, not a prize at all. But they also have a very active and well-designed website, so you could easily flog your material around. And I'm right here to help you, to polish your work to the point where it can run in either of those places. And I have no illusions about how big or important either one of those places are, but they can work as a stepping stone to get more publication elsewhere. They have done that for a number of people, not Big Canoe, but Open Letters has done that for a number of people. It could do it for you. If you're interested, I know there are Tudor fans out there. I know there are Windsor fans out there. If you're interested, I thought I will use this book as a springboard to make that call one more time. If you are interested in trying this, and you live in the lower 48 of the United States, I am not going to mail a book to Alpha Centauri. But if you live in the lower 48 of the United States and you don't have access to review copies, I'd be happy to give it a try. I'd be right here with you. I have, to put it mildly, a bit of experience at this. Anyway, this looks interesting. I think I've reviewed this author's work before, and now I have the finished copy of it. And that leads to the last package here, which feels like a finished copy. So is it May or is it June? Let's see. Let's see what this last one is. Oh no, it's not either. This is August. This is August from the Thomas and Mercer imprint of Amazon. This comes out on August the 1st. This is by Sarah DeVello, and it is Broadway Butterfly, a jazz age thriller. When Manhattan it girl Dot King was found murdered in her apartment on West 57th Street in 1923, the case became a public sensation, dominating the headlines in every major newspaper across the country and enthralling readers with the sordid, juicy details as they debated whodunit. Dot had been the mistress of a very wealthy member of high society, as well as the lover of a shady character who became the primary suspect but avoided arrest. And her list of acquaintances spanned the gamut, from the underbelly of Broadway to the halls of power and prestige. The shocking ramifications rippled from the gangster underworld all the way to the White House, and some of the nation's most powerful men ensured that the case was closed before the murderer could be brought to justice. Now, a century later, this remarkable story is brought to life through the meticulous research, dogged curiosity, and vibrant imagination of Sarah DeVello, who has been consumed by the case and its fascinating cast of characters for close to a decade. The result is Broadway Butterfly, DeVello's true crime historical thriller, to be published in hardcover on the 1st of August. Okay. Okay, historical thriller? Is this fiction? Thomas and Mercer is usually fiction. It can either be a historical novel that's a thriller, or it can be true. It can't be both. I wonder what this is. Are you gonna tell me? Or let's see here. One way to know would be to check the author's bio note, but that got me into trouble yesterday. That made my video yesterday unuploadable. And maybe that wouldn't work. There's a lot of material that goes with this thing. Enough material to make me think maybe this is nonfiction. August 2023 is the 100th anniversary of the Dot King murder, which was officially closed without an arrest. Okay, see, all right, the author's bio, we don't have to get into any of the dodgy stuff. But the author's bio starts off with, Sarah DeVello is a true crime novelist. There is no such thing. Unless she's taking a true crime and writing a novel about it, but if she is, she's making it fiction. Well, okay, maybe she's just doing something that I'm, in her spare time, she loves to teach. Oh, no, we're not going to talk about her spare time, because that's just going to get me into trouble. All right, well, I need to figure out what this is. It's full of spoken dialogue. So I don't know if this is... It says a thriller. I mean, right there on the cover, a jazz age thriller. And then when you get to the front page, it's Broadway Butterfly, a thriller. So I don't know. Is this supposed to be a hybrid genre of some kind or other? It sounds fascinating, but I'm not. It's August, so as fascinating as it is, I won't be getting to it until then. Although even this, it just resumes my call. Surely there is someone out there listening to me who's more interested in this setting, this time period, everything, than I am. Whether this is a novel or a thriller or a nonfiction, no matter what it is. Surely there's someone out there who would like to review this more than I would like to review this. No knock on the book, just an acknowledgement of all of our different areas of interest, all of our different tastes. Anyway, I've made my pitch. That's all there is to it. So we have one really advanced book and then three that aren't. We have a June release, dual biography of Elizabeth I and her daughter, or her mother, Amblin. Then we have The Light at the End of the World by Siddhartha Deb, first book in a long time, in hardcover, and Playing It Safe, the new Ashley Weaver, and then true crime thriller about a mysterious murder in Jazz Age New York. So there you go. That is 3 works of fiction, 1 dual work of biography, but it's Tudor biography, so this wasn't a bad mail haul at all. This was not full of misses. And it is, more importantly, uploadable, which is great. Fantastic. So I'll wrap this up while I'm ahead of the game, and I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.